Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we do get into today's video, I do want to say that, I'm a Cod Ww2 YouTuber, so, I'm not 100% with every single fact that it's going to be, well, every single thing I say in here. Facts are going to be facts. I mean, you can go look them up and see for yourself. But I just want to tell you guys, my name is BlazedRedemption. Just a nice little intro. We're going to be playing Call of Duty over this, just as a little background, so, I can just sit here and, watch some random footage about why the earth is flat. So before we get into this, I want y'all to understand this one thing right here. I don't know if you guys are religious or anything like that, but you guys got to understand the first scripture of the Bible, literally the first scripture of the Bible says, in the beginning God created the heavens, plural, is the earth, period. It didn't say God created the heavens and Mercury and Venus and freaking Mars and all the rest of the planets in the solar system. It didn't say that. It said God created the heavens and the earth. Now for the longest, and I'm still skeptical about it. I've always thought that the earth was evolved, like they taught us in school. But you guys also got to realize that our government and everything that we learn in school is 100% controlled learning. So why would they, put everything in there that is 100% true? I mean, because where in life, other than like being an engineer or being like, some kind of accountant or something like that, are you ever going to use math, especially some of the stuff that they teach us in school? And don't get me wrong, math is definitely my favorite subject and always was in school, but nonetheless, that's my intro right there, guys. We have a lot of content coming to you guys in today's video. Do stick around. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. You guys do enjoy the content. My name is BlazedRedemption, and I'll see you guys in the video.
It's in the Bible. The Bible is true. This is the realest book you ever fucking read. Genesis chapter 1 verse 6. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. You know what a firmament is? It's like a dome over the earth. We can't get out this motherfucker.
Bruh, just look at the simple irony of what you just seen. If you guys don't know, The Simpsons is probably like the realest cartoon that it's ever, I'm about to die, that has ever been out. Like, look at it. 9/11 was in The Simpsons. Donald Trump becoming president was in The Simpsons. So much things that has happened in real life has been in The Simpsons, like way before it has ever happened. So the simple fact that The Simpsons have a dome over the top of their flat earth, it just goes to show one more step that, the earth is flat. Like, the earth is flat, man. I don't care what anybody says, the earth is flat. Like I said at the beginning of the video, bro. In the beginning, God created the heavens, plural. There's more than one heaven. It's not just heaven and earth. In the earth, there are heavens. There's levels to the heavens. That's why, oh, God got clapped. That's why in the book of Enoch, which is not in the Bible, you guys have to go do some research and read it yourself. He's talking about how, the angels take him through the steps of heaven, the different levels of heaven, the different realms, you should say of heaven. And God has everything in this line of sight. He sees everything, he knows everything. Everything is all in one place in a certain sense. So hear me out on this one. Don't bash me in the comment section, but hear me out on this one. Hell is a realm of heaven. A realm, not heaven. It is a realm of it though. Like, there's different levels, and hell is a realm of it. So hear me out on this one. You ever notice how whenever astronauts, they go into outer space and stuff like that, and you watch a shuttle, these guys are some tryhards. You watch a shuttle, go up into the air. You ever notice how the shuttle goes up and then starts to curve? Why is that? Why is that? Why doesn't it just go straight up into outer space? Why does it go up and then curve? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You know why it goes up and then curves? Because you can't leave the earth. You can't. It is impossible to leave the earth. Like he said, there's a firmament over the earth. A firmament, some shit like that. It is a firmament. It's pretty much like a dome that covers and protects us from the water that is in the air falling and us drowning in it. Why do you think it was so easy? Why do you think it was so easy for God, you know, to just flood the earth when he did? Why do you think it was so easy for him to do that? Think about it. Because the sky is made of water. The clouds are made of water. Everything that is above ground is made of water. Water, the air that we breathe is comprised of water. You know, it's comprised of water, the air that we breathe. So it makes perfect sense for the sky to be water. And people say, well, the reason why the sky is blue is because it's a reflection of water. Okay, if it's a reflection of water, what the hell is it reflecting off of? For one, what does water do? Water pretty much gives you a reflection of yourself if it's clear enough, right? You know why? Because in heaven, everything is just like the purest color of blue. So what I'm getting out of this is everything outside of our atmosphere is heaven. Hence, God created the heavens, plural, and the earth. And this is where he goes and he sees what, you know, things that he's created will do, and see if they will follow his grand mission, grand prize. You know, just follow him and follow his word. But anyway, the reason why, like I said, I am getting destroyed. The reason why, like I said, you know, rockets don't go up straight up is because there's a firmament, man. You cannot leave the earth. Man never went to the moon. It's so simple. Man never went to the moon. How? Because you can't leave the earth. If you can't leave the earth, how can you go to the moon? It just doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense at all. Picture this right here. If you're at a beach and you watch a yacht or a boat or something, somebody on a freaking surfboard, you watch them go out into the ocean, right? It comes upon a time when they go into the ocean where you can't see them anymore. So you would think that person this man with the shotgun is destroying me. You would think that person that literally just went into the ocean is just like, you know, oh, he went over the curve of the fucking earth, so you can't see him anymore. Like, you know, it just makes perfect sense. Since he went over the curve in the earth, then you can't see him anymore. No, nigga, if you was to follow them, you would see them still. Or if you was to take a set of binoculars, get your camping ass. If you was to take a set of binoculars that was strong enough to see that far away, you would still see them. It's not gonna be, you know, you're not gonna see that person curving over the side or anything. You're literally still gonna see them at like right. As soon as you look at them through the binoculars or the scope or the telescope or whatever, you're still gonna see them. Like, it's just so crazy, man. It's so freaking crazy. Like, it makes perfect sense for the earth to be flat, because if the earth was curved, then once a person got so far, then they will continue to curve. If the earth freaking revolves on the axis, right? If the earth revolves on the axis and spins around the sun, then why in the hell don't we feel it? Why don't we feel that? If we're spinning that fast, well, we can spin. Oh hell no, you with the shotgun gotta go. I'm out of here. If it's spinning that fast, why the hell can't we feel it? What sense does that make? There's no such thing as gravity. No. If something is light enough, it's gonna fall slow. So you saying it has a different gravitational pull because of the mass and whatever else of the freaking object, like they teach you in physics and stuff like that in school? No, it falls slower because it weighs less. That's common knowledge. It's like, okay, if you take a freaking bowling ball and drop it, it's just gonna drop immediately because it's heavy. Same way, if you drop a bowling ball in a human, we're gonna drop at practically the same amount of speed, even though we are way heavier than the bowling ball. Why does that make sense? Because, you know, if you're heavier, you're gonna drop faster. But if you're in a certain level of, you know, how light you are, or I don't even know how to explain that, man. I'm not a scientist. I'm just telling you the earth is flat. Listen to me. Hear me out. We're going to hop into one more game, and I'm gonna furthermore prove to you that the earth is flat. Alright. If the earth wasn't flat, then why the hell aren't we drowning right now? Because water develops its own shape. if you put water in a cup, that is the only way you're gonna determine the shape of something as such as water is if you put it in a container. And the earth is not a container, right? The earth isn't a container. So why doesn't the water just fall in a certain angle to where it's always hitting us, right? If water surrounds every continent in the whole entire world, then why aren't we drowning? Like I was saying, man, if water surrounds the earth, you know, everything around it, then why in the hell aren't we always drowning? Because the water is gonna find its own way. If it's a spear, then it's gonna fall over, right? Then people be like, well, if the earth wasn't flat, then you would drive off the side of the earth. How in the hell are you gonna drive off the side of the earth if there's no like road to the edge of the earth, right? There's no road to the edge of the earth. So how the hell you're gonna fall off the edge of it? The earth, the perimeter of the earth is covered with ice. Everything at the edge of the earth is ice, and there's a dome there. It's not like a visible dome, but like pretty much an unseeable dome. You cannot pass it, bro. You cannot pass it. Everything that is land related is all in the center. It's all in the center. And when I say the center, I literally mean everything that is within the perimeter. It's considered the center of it, like in an aspect. What the hell is this guy in the aspect? I see he's still up there. I'm getting aim assist. Where are you at? You're so back hit. Anyways, man, it just makes so much sense, bro. I know some of the facts and stuff that I'm trying to give y'all making absolutely no sense at all. No sense at all. Just like that gunfight right there, making no sense at all. But y'all got to do a little bit of research, man, on some real stuff. Do a little bit of research why, you know, people worship the sun, and then do a little bit more research. People be like, oh, the moon is lit up by the sun. The moon gets its light from the sun. No, the moon doesn't get its light from the sun. God created the sun and he created the moon to separate the night from the day. And there's always light where there is life. There's always light where there is life. The only place there is no light is in hell, because there is no life in hell. Anywhere else there is life. And at the beginning of this video, y'all seen where I played the little Simpsons clip where, you know, they broke the atmosphere, or the little dome or whatever, and the water came pouring down. It's so freaking symbolical. What the hell? What the hell? It's so symbolic. Right. It's pure symbolism, bro. It's pure symbolism. You know why I say that? Because, you know, in the Bible they'll say, let the floodgates of heaven pour out. You know, the floodgates of heaven. Doesn't it make perfect sense? If you're talking about the floodgates of heaven, then once you get out of the earth, you're gonna be in heaven. And like I said, everything that is above us, like the sky, is made of water. Then why wouldn't there be water coming out? Do you think they just randomly just, you know, broke that and then water start coming out? No, because the Bible is true. I'm not saying everything in the Bible is true, and the reason why I'm saying that everything in the Bible isn't true is because the Bible has been rewritten, you know, everything has been redone, and it's not 100% there. It's still lost books and verses and stuff that, you know, most people never even know about. You have to do really good and deep research to actually find that type of stuff. But oh no, they just got clapped. But man, at the end of the day, you know, some of y'all watch this video right now are probably like, this dude is a fucking idiot. But y'all gotta understand that the earth is flat, my dude. And this dude is camping with espionage. No, he's not. Somebody had espionage that shot me before. Y'all gotta realize, man. Y'all gotta open y'all third eye up. Hear me out. Listen to your boy. Stop smoking all of that good dope all day, and then, you know, try to actually learn some stuff. Go do some research, my man. Really go do some research and hear me out on this one, bro. It doesn't make sense for the earth to be round. It doesn't make any sense at all. How can the earth be round if everything is surrounded by water? How could the earth be round? How did it make any sense? Why can't you go straight up in the air with a rocket ship that, you know, it takes millions of dollars to build? Why can't you just go straight up in the air with it? Why? Because the earth is flat and there's a firmament that's keeping us here. Look, the earth is flat. Ronald Reagan was the devil. The government has a lot of conspiracies that have been shown on The Simpsons, and everybody that died in the crash in 19-something, whenever they tested the first rocket ship, 6 of those people are still alive, and I'm gonna prove it to you.
Nigga, if a motherfucker can lie to you about what the fuck you been living on all your motherfucking life, who knows what else they lying about?
In 1986, the shuttle Challenger exploded about 74 seconds after takeoff, killing all 7 astronauts inside. Or did it? It turns out that 6 of the 7 are still alive and kicking today. Ellison Onizuka claims to be his identical twin brother, Claude. Yeah, I've got an identical twin brother, Claude, too. The Challenger pilot, Mickey Smith, hasn't even bothered changing his name. He's now Professor Michael J. Smith of University of Wisconsin. Now, Krista McAuliffe was a bit of a sneaky one. She was the Challenger payload specialist, quite famous for being a teacher. It turns out during her astronaut days she was using her middle name, Krista, and now she goes by her first name, Sharon, and she's a Syracuse law professor. The Challenger commander, Francis Richard Scobie, is now Dick Scobie, which sounds like a rather unpleasant disease, CEO of Cows in Trees Limited. Judith Resnick, the Challenger mission specialist, again hasn't even bothered changing her name. She's a professor at Yale Law. And finally, Ronald McNair, another Challenger mission specialist, claims to be his identical twin brother, Carl McNair. What are the odds?
It ain't no fucking space. Then you can't go out of space. You can't leave the fucking Earth. You can't leave this motherfucker, man. So all that, man, fuck that shit. Y'all stand the fuck up. Suck my dick, motherfucker. A fucking circle, goddamn, a ball of fucking water. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. It said in the Bible. This right here, remember people, this the realest book you can ever read. This the realest book you can ever read. The earth flat. I proved it. The earth flat.